And we are back. It's time for Acts 3 and 4. We've got our empowered elites up here, over on the left-hand side, and Donu and Decker to consider at the very end.
Stoked for the potential 4 elite path. And also, many plaudits to Rhapsody for not having a smooth as marble polished brain at this point, because Blasphemy does that to people. Having to consider whether or not you will spontaneously die in every single fight in a ladder streak, it's the biggest downside of Blasphemy. I've lost a ladder this way in the heart fight.
Oh, yeah. I think part of the reason that it hasn't managed to smooth my brain to a shiny smooth stone given us +1 dex here is because I have had a lot of experience with Blasphemy in the past, and I've felt the highs, and God have I ever felt the lows.
And we know them, and we've seen them in the Valley of Darkness.
I have been smote. I've been smote when I had buffer, and then I accidentally got rid of my buffer against thorns and then died. Why did I do that?
Oh, dude, that's pain. All right, I'm stoked for this act, actually. I think it's going to turn out.
We've got this prayer wheel. Do we want to hit 5 early fights here?
Well, we're fight. We know at least we're fight. I think there's a good chance that we take some question marks, right? We still have Golden Idol. Golden Idol turns into a lot of money in this act.
333.
It's a pretty rare event, but it exists. And you know how
we
I feel
wouldn't
about
get
cash.
rich. Not with this deck, Teak. We're not getting rich.
No, it's not time for richness.
Sadly.
It's time to live within our means. Oh, we get to do Fear No Evil, Tantrum. Well, that doesn't matter, does it?
We do, but I'm now just quickly calculating the damage because that's 44.
Oh.
Never mind, we're fine. It's definitely not lethal. Huh?
But we do Tantrum first because of Echo.
I'm whilst true,
It's not gonna matter.
I'm going for as much defense as I could have gotten. Why did I do that? I should have feared no evil first. Yeah, it was fear no evil and then jump back in order to get the extra flurry of blows. Not what I was
I
doing.
don't know. I don't think it matters what we do. I think whatever you did was correct. I suspect this enemy is die.
Enemy is dead.
These studies, they keep coming to tempt you. I'm so into this just lucky if we already had a fasting. Oh, do you want a foreign influence and then...
Do we ever want, suddenly kill the enemy? Because we open this box and sometimes with Blasphemy in hand, it says murder.
But I think we already do that, right? I guess what attack are we missing? If we just want the foreign influence to spontaneously kill things, then what we really want is for our deck to do that more consistently.
Okay.
I'm pretty down to skip a lot of stuff with this deck.
Look, we're on a 20 card deck and you're okay with skipping. We do have a prayer wheel, so we can be very, very choosy. Let's do it. Let's do it that way.
Oh, we can play this whole hand. We can play this whole hand. You love to see it.
You simply do. It's just, what are we going to get out with the Omniscience here?
How do you feel about... Are there any spikers?
Yes, one in the front. For 4, we were already blocked for 16, sorry.
Do you want to just, double wallop or something?
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty reasonable play. It's nice and simple, too. I don't have to think about it for very long.
Sadly, one off. All right, we got the kill here already. Yeah, cool. We just need some block. So it's Deceive Reality, Defend, Blasphemy, and then Conclude.
Yeah. Nice. We're there.
Nice.
It's scary to click. No matter how many times you click it, it's scary to click.
Yeah,
it's kind of a thrill.
Just
it's like a roller coaster.
Misclick that one time and die. Do we now take the Talk to the Hand?
I think so. I think it's time.
Yeah. Especially pre-upgraded. And you said that we do want to look for some question marks here as well.
I'm into the question mark here. I really am.
I'd love to hear you say that.
Even with the prayer well.
Like,
what if Dawn, the red mask?
Oh,
why are you so expensive?
Oh my god, we have it.
I would pay 100 gold for this. Our turn ones could use some block.
Yeah.
It's a common relic, it's an anchor.
I would. I would.
But I don't think that I spent 317 gold on it.
I always love having a red mask and an anchor. Just like, it's such a good first turn.
Yeah, you're like, whatever you're doing, it's irrelevant. And then the heart buffs.
Now, I did choose here to go away from the 2 elite instead to the 2 rest.
I respect it.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily employ decision making there. That was very much
then you're following your gut, and your gut is very trained. So we call this one Wheel of Abandon Run. Have I told that story on your broadcast before?
No. What run had to be abandoned?
Right there, when you get shivved, that can kill you. And if you die that way, and then you go to your run statistics, when you look up at the top where it says how you died, it says abandoned run, which is the most subtly savage thing that exists in this whole video game. Abandoned run. It's like, how could you say that?
That's so cruel.
It is. It really is.
Oh god. Our defense is not in the deck, and we don't want to play Wallop here at all.
No, it's okay. We've got it. We omniscience rush down. Believe.
We omniscience rush down.
Yeah.
To set up
because it does nothing on this turn.
Well, I mean, it makes 2 cards cost 0.
Yep. It pays for itself back mostly. And then when we do draw either Tantrum or our Eruption, we can very safely play it on the draw. Which I think allows us to close the fight quickly, and because we're drawing more cards, it's easy to produce enough block to deal with the spikers.
I'm also just going to play out the safety here. I want the extra block.
I agree. That seems reasonable to me. Ooh, are we going to try to win with, like, funky blasphemy conclude shenanigans?
No, I was hoping for the Tantrum, and then I was going to use the Tantrum against the backline to try and even out their health values. Don't like this.
Well, Mental Fortress Wallop is quite good. Right? Because the Wallop we take 4, but then we block for 16. And the block happens first. So it's not bad.
Let's play Mental Fortress first, just in case it hits it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so the block does go first. It's just...
We chested that one, actually, last Watcher.
Oh, specifically on the Wallop.
Yeah.
Can't believe I forgot.
Well, there's weird. Yeah. That's one of those that no matter how many times, where do you file that away? It's a lot to keep track of in this game.
I just wanted 1 game.
Super, super unlucky. Because now we can't talk to the hand. So this makes us ask, is there a potion thing that we can do this turn?
Is there? It'd be like, I do not like this. But the only impactful potion usage right now is
Strength.
Dupe the defend.
What about Strength? Because then our conclude is base 20, and we Blasphemy, and it does 60. Oh, no, but then we talk to the hand also. And that's another
1133.
33. And that's lethal. We have enough energy to play a defend. And also with the Mental Fortress, yeah, that wins on this turn. We turn this from like 22 damage to none. But then we lose a strength pot.
Is there any circumstance where we need the strength pot against, say, Reptomancer?
Yeah, I think that's a really legitimate question. Especially considering that opens us up to just... Oh, it's such a strong potion for us, right?
Well, let's think about actually, like... So we play this turn as normally as we possibly can, right? It's Mental Fortress Defend or something like that, right? So incoming is 22, 9, 31 damage. We block 6, so it goes down to 25. 25 reduction on our health right now takes us to
34.
34. 34 is literally 2 below our split value for the meat on the bone. So we get 12 back. We get 10 back
Heal
effectively.
To 46.
So we can effectively block for 16 this turn.
Heal to 46, and then we're lower, but we get to keep our strength pot, which makes us significantly stronger at the elite fight. So it's basically, is it better to spend the potion here, knowing also that we might get new potion drops soon in order to not take any damage? Or is it better to take that 13 damage but to be able to hold the strength pot. That's the one thing that's pushing me a bit is I think that the dupe pot is also strong enough to beat Repto, and we've got 2 fights before then. And so being able to pick up a potion and get value out of the corn chip seems like a pretty good idea.
The only reason I don't like the dupe pot for Repto is just because the dupe oftentimes is going to be something that, like, we can use it to try and target down Repto, but assuming a world where we don't have an instant kill on Repto, we need to take care of the rest of the things on the field, and we can't dupe conclude.
Well, we can dupe, if we think a little bit more divergently, one of the best dupes is actually Omniscience. Because one of the problems with Omniscience right now is that we only get to do the rushdown, but we could instead do all the setup and all the block or all the damage. Duping a wheel kick is probably just enough to kill Repto if we've played Blasphemy. So I think it gets us there.
Okay. I'm happy to use it.
This is a really fair debate. These are absolutely the right places to slow down, I think. And I'm not fully convinced either, but I've barely convinced myself that it's correct to play the strength here and just close the fight. Man, we got the Flurry of Bows back too. No, but we didn't have lethal against the Spiker.
No, exactly. One. And it would have been so many strikes to do it, especially against the 8 forms. It was always going to be a bad time.
Yeah. Cool. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, what? Do we actually go for the second?
I think maybe yes. I think that looks really good.
It's exactly the ability that we need. I mean, Alpha may not be needing to be removed from the deck after we do this that as well.
I think this is really good glue. 2 third eye pluses right now.
Yeah.
Glue City.
Super down to clown with that glue. Do we upgrade anything here, or do we?
Maybe this is our key.
Yeah.
There's more that we want to upgrade. Like upgrading Omniscience is actually pretty relevant.
Well, I mean, we have, another upgrade at the start of the next floor as well.
Are we going left here for the double fire?
Yes, I was going to go left for the elite and then the rest afterwards, which is why I'm happy with the recall here, because just in case we take a beating, we have the rest afterwards.
Sure. I'm in.
Cool. Hello, Repto.
There's that Repto. That means Repto's not our empowered elite. That's actually kind of exciting.
That is true, right? The empowered elite is the next up. You're 100% right.
This Tantrum, by the way, is currently 44 damage if we think it's our first play, which it very well may be.
Is it, though? Because Tantrum 44 is an overkill on all of these targets right now, right? This is going to be down to 12 if we're not in Wrath. But then that's 2 more Flurry of Blows to a target kills it.
Can we get lethal on both of the daggers while tantruming the Repto?
That's what I'm... Whoa, while tantruming the Repto. Okay, that'd be Flurry of Blows for 14. Tantrum pulls back the Flurry of Blows for another 6. Then Fear No Evil.
Well, we can't target. Flurry of Blows first if we do that.
What?
I was going to do Tantrum to Repto for 44 damage. And then Flurry for... What's Flurry's base?
6.
6. So there's 12. And then Fear No Evil is getting doubled from 8 to 16. So there's 16. That's 28. That kills one of them. Flurry of Blows comes back. The other one's not dead. But we defend to mostly block at that point. So we would only kill one of them. Maybe that's not worth.
I think, especially with the conclude left in the deck, we want to play to remove these 2 and then play to remove next turn as well.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, in that case, whatever works. An Alpha as well. Do we want an Alpha in this fight? I think that we can suffer it. It certainly makes it like in some draws it will be the answer at the end of the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to have a beta. Ooh.
Okay, we got a lot of options now.
Mm-hmm.
God, I kind of want to hit the Miracle Omniscience, because no matter what, if we double play a power here, we're getting 1 defensive card hit. Like, it could be Blasphemy, it could be anything else, but we're getting a defensive card. So, like, we've got a Tantrum still in the deck, we've got an Eruption still in the deck, we could do the double Rushdown, but we could also do double Mental Fortress to try and set us up.
I like double Mental because I actually think with double Mental, we can, like, very likely actually block Repto, especially once we find Talk to the Hand. Okay, let's clean this up.
Okay.
Maybe we
That's
drop
another
Beta.
summon this turn.
Keep
We want
Rush
the
down.
weaken. I think
Honestly,
we want
that
all
hand
the
looks
rest of
pretty
this.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that feels really good. That feels really good.
Yeah, very happy with how we played the start turns of this one here. Start out with the rush down. I mean, we do wave of hand first for the higher chance to hit a eruption or vigilance.
Plus, we have Mental Fortress, so the tantrum becomes block. So
Yeah. Ah!
Blasphemy!
Why? Okay, so tantrum plus the flurry of blows we're gonna get back takes down one of the targets already, and then we have the vigilance in order to get back in.
And then we have eruption, and so the dance continues.
So it does. Really should have
There's
targeted
that
that backliner first there, but
It's all good. We're gonna be able to kill both of the daggers and put Talk to the Hand on Repto here, I think.
here's
Pretty
hoping.
consistently.
Where's our extra energy?
What do you mean?
Do we not need extra energy to continue doing this?
No.
Huh?
Yeah. Here's how we do it: a flurry, Talk to the Hand, and then Mental Fortress, and then oh no, flurry, Mental Fortress. Then so that one of vigilance or eruption are cheaper.
Yeah, we just have to hope it doesn't hit talk to the hand at that rate.
Yeah, it's weird because the eruption pays for itself, but you have to be able to pay for itself.
Exactly.
You can't take out a loan for the 2 energy. You still need the 2 energy.
Teak,
Yeah.
I don't like a 33% chance of losing.
We're not gonna lose here. We're not gonna we do have to play the vigilance at least on 2. So yeah. So it's mental, right? So it's flurry on the back line and then mental.
Flurry on the back line and then mental. All right.
And then vigilance and see where we're at.
Please.
That's actually okay. Maybe we just use that to kill the back line now.
Yeah. At least we got the weekend here.
I mean, there was a world where we calced it out and we were like, oh, we just play Blasphemy and keep going and we always win.
I wish I was as confident in that world as you.
I'm not confident in that world and I don't want to do those calcs.
That's the thing. You're not confident in that world, and I still wish I was as confident in that world as
yeah.
you.
Does it ever windmill to kill the front so we can meditate?
Oh, what do we want back?
Like Eruption and Fear No Evil?
Okay, I like it. I mean, we only get 1 card back at the moment because
Yeah.
It's
Good call.
gotta be Eruption though. Come on, calm entry.
Ooh, Meditate is our upgrade that we forgot about. Meditate is definitely the upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Meditate is calm. That's
Meditate is calm, but unfortunately it can't happen in the middle of the turn. It can happen at the end of the turn, so we're already fine for this turn. It's just... I'm gonna start chunking out some damage to some targets here.
I think with all of our powers set up, as long as we always have a plan for how we're going to get back out, we are very, very consistently able to produce block in this fight from here on out, which is great. And then it's just a matter of setting up our kill, which we can get cheeky with and do like Omega stuff, or we can just get the kill. Can we kill here? Can we Blasphemy kill ever?
We have
I want it so
these
bad.
both change our stance. We can't do that.
Yeah, I agree. Not without the wheel kick. What we need is strength. This fight is gonna drop a fasting, and I'm gonna lose it.
I'm ready for it. I made my predictions earlier. This is the one I'm ready for. God, do we ever actually like deceive and then miracle and play that beta?
Yes, I love it.
Just in case.
We're going to get this kill, whether the enemy wants it or not. Just wrath forever. I'm so angry.
No, I need to kill him with the blasphemy there. Ooh, extra max HP.
Nice. Yes. Click it. Click it. See our power grow. Okay, Dolly's Mirror. We're going to get the Dolly's Mirror. We're going to have triple omniscience. We should upgrade
one of them so that we can Dolly's Mirror that.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep. You already know.
Oh, chaining off. That's going to be so good on the Omniscience turn.
It's even
We're
more
gonna deal
damage.
10 damage AoE.
10 AoE damage, which will be very close to our 100 AoE damage that we're going to be dealing with our double double Omega.
Oh god.
Is this going to be the triumph and return of Alpha? Did it have a period in the middle where everyone looked at it and said, "You're not it. You're not it, Alpha."
It's midway through its hero's journey.
I think so.
Uh,
I'm surprised that you dropped Deus there, actually. Just because it makes it even easier to play out if we draw the Omniscience here.
Oh yeah, I'm not going for Omniscience.
We're just gonna win.
I was just setting up for like a big conclude.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whether or not I still want to do it with what incoming damage may be.
Third Eye is a lot of block.
Third Eye is,
block.
but unfortunately the Spiker is anti that, so we end up with 6 total.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
are we attacking?
It's probably Third Eye, and then wait, I guess, again.
Yeah. Although we do have to kill this Sploder at some point. How are we going to do that? Just a tantrum to the dome?
Yeah, that'll probably do it at the time. Leave the Vigilance in hand, get past the Flurry Blows.
Sure.
Let's see what this one has. Well, there's the Omniscience. And the Omniscience is not... The second Omniscience is not in the second hand, so we know we can double chain Omnisciences next turn.
Which means that we can double play Blasphemy for double death.
I've only ever died once. I want to know what it's like if I do it again.
Heroes die twice.
That's what they meant. Yeah, just leave that to pass.
Yeah. This looks like a winning hand. I feel like I'll say yes to anything at this point. I think my brain is in that stage to where I've accepted that there are 1,000 paths to roam in the hallway fights. And we can mess them up and accidentally take 50, right? But it's going to be the boss fights where we have to play more precisely.
Teak,
Yes.
if we Omniscience, what do we even do here? Mental Fortress and then Tantrum possibly end up taking 16 damage to a Spiker? So 18 damage to a Spiker, rather?
So how many times can we proc Letter Opener?
Oh god. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I mean 5, 6 if we do go with the Blasphemy, right? And then we end up with 10 damage AoE.
We do have Rushdown up, right?
Or no.
No Rushdown?
No
Is that in
Rushdown
front of us?
whatsoever.
Oh, we skipped it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep, it's bold play. Look, I think I'm just gonna go for the defensive.
Hold up.
here.
Hold up. One second though.
Yeah.
If we Omni, then ahead of us is 1 power at least.
Mm-hmm.
Mental Fortress makes 2 other things in the hand free.
Yep.
Which is looking like our block cards.
And then immediately after it plays a tantrum. I mean, look, if the tantrum doesn't hit the first time, because the second Mental Fortress is already going to protect us, right? So if the first tantrum hits either of the Repulsor or the Exploder, we're fine. But otherwise, we take 18 damage. 18 damage takes us down to 48? 40... No. I wasn't trying to calculate. I was trying to estimate. 47.
No worries. I think we can always get away with at least omniing the Omni into the Mental Fortress, and then it's a question of whether or not we do. It's a question of whether or not we do the tantrum here.
We could daze instead.
Yeah, that's not even bad. We need this thing to hit a vigilance, right? Expected block from this tantrum is how much? It comes out even if it hits the Spikers. What are they hitting us for now?
They're not hitting us for anything. It's the 6 and the 8 across them. I think it does have to be the tantrum, actually.
Oh, man, but if it hits the 8, that's immediately 32 damage, and then we take it again? That, like, kills us.
32? Does Omniscience target the same against the same target each time?
Well, it's gonna play? Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's also worth noting this Tantrum, I believe, is currently at 44. I believe we still have our Vigor.
Oh, you're right. So that'll just kill the back one.
Yeah, it won't kill the front one, but then we only get one extra hit on that if we do it. I think it is
Oh,
Tantrum.
this gets to weird science. We should do it because I want to see what it does.
Perfect.
What all just happened? So many things just occurred.
So we played out the double Mental Fortress. Double Mental Fortress decreased the cost of Deceive Reality as well as Vigilance, and then we double played out the Tantrum. The first one went against the Exploder. It killed it with the extra damage. And as it did that, it triggered the previous Mental Fortress, giving us 18 block, and then we hit the Frontliner with another one. However, we hit
12,
4
18,
times
24.
rather than 3 times. So we took an extra damage. We took 6.
But that felt very worth it.
Yes. Out of all of the universes, that is the best one that we could have lived in at that point. My first setup turns were very speculative upon getting the Blasphemy before the conclude. And
Which is pretty fair.
It looked reasonable, but then it didn't happen. I thought the Third Eyes were going to give me enough deck control that I was going to be able to guarantee it, and then it didn't happen.
I think it was the combination of Dazed and the Exploder timer. It's those two things together that ended up kind of doing us in on that path, right? Because the Dazed slowed down the draw even further, but the Exploder forced us to draw towards that kill. Because 30 damage is just so much. We could sit here and stare at these spikers for the rest of time, but the Exploder.
Yeah, exactly. It requires some haste.
So are we going to Omega these? Just because we can?
I mean, do we? We have lethal in this hand, do we not?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, wait, we don't.
No, we got 3 enemies, right? Well, hold up. Letter Opener exists. Blasphemy, Safety, Defend. Kills the Repulsor. Blasphemy makes this Windmill Strike do 30, which kills the black line. We already have 18 block. And then Eruption kills the front line, and we've defended. So actually, yes, we have lethal, and we're perfectly safe. What a world.
What a world.
Windmill the back, I think, is the game.
Oh, yeah. Because we're not changing form on that.
That was pretty sweet turn, too.
Yeah, no, it just ended up pretty good there. I think this is a pass.
Fasting, where are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Fasting is such a good omniscience target for us, too. Like, incredible.
It's going to be in this next shop. That's where it is. It's been waiting there the whole time. It's been waiting for us, specifically.
This turn is great. I'm super happy to have Talk to Hand live. Talk to Hand.
Ooh. Sometimes you need to talk to hands.
Ooh. Do you want a Third Eye first and then potentially like play out some miracles here to get set up?
Yeah. The reason I want a Third Eye first here is actually so we can discard the Flurry of Blows, baby!
And also, we've got Omniscience Chain live on this turn.
Are we going to be drawing it this turn?
Oh.
Yeah, both of those go in the same hand if we do that. So in fact, we just do this.
Now hold up. I think we should get at least one of them. I think discarding all of that is incorrect. I feel like we want to hit an Omniscience at least.
Okay.
We don't have Rushdown, right? We didn't draw into Rushdown? We don't have Rushdown?
No.
Okay.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it. But I do want to know whether or not we end up using it, because I think here I'm just going like cycling for a bunch of block. Right? Wait, hang on. What was my turn again? I think my turn was going to be Vigilance, Double Miracle, Eruption, get back the Flurry of Blows, but then I don't have the way to exit. What was my exit again? Maybe it was Eruption.
It was going to be the other way. Eruption,
way.
Vigilance. Yeah, but honestly, we've got one Mental Fortress. Is this not just like Vigilance, Safety, Third Eye?
The more we attack, the more block we get as well. We have the block return up. We have
right.
Talk to Hand.
But to go Eruption Vigilance is 2 miracles, and then we can't do anything else.
So what? We have 18, 30, 38 block this turn. Take
plus 7. The Flurry.
Plus the Flurry.
41. Vigilance 12, 24, 9.
Wait.
Yeah, 33, 42. No, that's full block. with the 9 we have already. If we go Vigilance, Third Eye, Safety, Flurry, that's full block.
Right, yeah, because we already have it in the discard pile. Okay. Vigilance, Third Eye. Wait, so we are still using the 2 miracles here. That was intended?
Yeah, because the Eruption was going to be worth another 3 block by itself and 3 block for the Flurry, which is, I mean, we get 6 block out of it. With the same 2 miracles, we can get 24 block. So it seemed to me by like quick heuristics that the math worked out better this way.
Okay. Let's use this defend instead, though. Keep the...
Love it.
Keep that safety. All right, they're not intangible this turn, so how much can we do? Probably not that much. This is a setup turn.
Oh, no, but this is pretty good, right? Because we can certainly Omniscience the Mental, and we have Rushdown to maybe even make the Omniscience free. And then we can do quite a lot on this turn.
So Rushdown first, and then Omniscience on Mental, and just...
I think so. I'm only musing out loud, right? I'm with all of this stuff. I'm not proposing that this is definitely the best path. These are just the first things that come to mind for me.
Yes, I'm like, whilst you're explaining yours, I am typically trying to think, is there an alternative? Is there an alternative? And usually my timer, effectively, on deciding whether or not there is one, unless I've seen possibly an avenue that might be an alternative and I want to keep thinking about it for a second, usually when you get to the end of yours is when I'm like, cool, that's the exploding timer.
Works
I haven't
for me.
found anything.
Okay, got you. I'm happy to give, like, I've noticed that I'm rattling off my watcher plays pretty quickly, so I'm happy to give more time too, so that you can consider without mind polluting your line.
No, I'm comfy with how it's going. How I'm going.
We're comfy. Is this meditate over conclude so that we're not stuck in wrath next turn?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing the constant. Want to cast it. Want to cast it. Want to cast it. Want to cast it.
Yeah.
Let's...
I wonder if we ever played
Omniscience.
Wave of the Hand here too. Ooh, Omniscience next turn. I love that. And then that's the reason to keep the miracle. That sounds really good.
Okay. That's the 21 incoming, but we're basically going to be easily blocked against that if we want to use Tantrum and Vigilance this turn.
This deck is really cool because as I'm watching you play because in many of these fights and turns, I'm mostly just watching and occasionally throwing in some ideas. But there are so many lines to play this deck. And in particular, where that becomes really neat is with Third Eye. Watching you and watching players in general with their Scribe picks is super neat because it varies a ton.
I don't think we use Omniscience this turn. We don't have anything to hit. Third Eye,
You could
doublet to
Omniscience.
remove burns, but if we get the first one and we want to keep cards in the first one, the second Third Eye does nothing.
Yeah, I guess we could Omniscience like what, Fear No Evil or something. It's certainly at its best when it's hitting powers and chaining. And since we can't do any damage, if we could do damage, we could probably use it to win this turn. Some kind of blasphemy shenanigans.
Yeah, is there any blasphemy shenanigans we can set up for?
That's going to involve Tantrum ahead always, right? I think. It's too bad that Wallop and Conclude are in this hand. That's kind of...
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It feels like
that's-
basically the only damage we really have left in the deck at this point is the Windmill Strike.
Well, there's an Alpha. And we could Omniscience Alpha. But I think we need to Vigilance. And then...
I mean, hang on. There's a Fear No Evil and a Meditate in the deck. If we instead went Defend, Miracle, we could Omniscience the Alpha and try and get a double... I don't want to do that.
Seems spooky. We're in Wrath and we've got 2 betas in our draw, right? That seems
Yeah, it's
very
too much.
spooky. It does feel like in some of these fights at this point we could be more aggressive in setting up Omega. We don't have to, but if we don't get the draw with Blasphemy Conclude or whatever, then I think Alpha is a pretty natural next stop. Because that's just guaranteed, right? No matter how the draw turns out.
Yeah, just... I want the Third Eye in the next hand because there's so many burns still left in the deck. Just keep this.
Sure, I like it. The intangible turns are just about setting up for how we're going to get the kill, I think, at this point.
And we don't want to Miracle out of Fear No Evil or anything right now, do we? We want to save that for a...
Yeah, I think we just take
Omega
4 damage
turn.
from the burns. I think we A-okay. Does feel slow though, right?
It definitely
I'm getting
does.
increasingly nervous.
All right.
We should wave.
You're right.
Oh, are we gonna eruption?
Yeah, I was gonna eruption to get into the beta.
Okay, I like that actually.
So we're currently leaving 2 cards in the deck. We eruption, we draw the beta,
Perfect.
we play the beta, and then we have. Okay.
And then the key though is how are we gonna get back out? I guess worst case we can.
blasphemy.
We just win next turn. Yeah.
It's kind of the hope, but
I like it.
I should have played that first. I've missed so many opportunities to hit a wave of the hand here.
Nah, it's all good. It's like I said, the surface is getting increasingly complex.
Mm-hmm.
This turn is horrifying. There is no doubt in my mind. So we might need to consider dupe potting something here. I really, really hope we don't need to, and I think we can get away with not. But we need to find the line. And maybe the line is actually Blessing of the Forge. Because then Omega does 60. The Miracle gives us 2 energy, and the Eruption costs 1. We play the Eruption, and then we Blasphemy to conclude, and that's probably enough.
I like it. It's Miracle. Omega always has to go out first. Hey, there's the Eruption. So we... Wait, hang on. We Blasphemy, then Eruption. No, do we Eruption? We'll Eruption first, then Blasphemy.
First, how much does the conclude do after that? Because this might be barely not enough. 60, and then the eruption is how much?
So 18 and 48.
48. 18 plus 48 is 62. Plus, we can also play a defend to get another letter opener. 67 plus the 60, 127. We need 136. This is not lethal. Oh, dude, it's brutal. I guess it's like double eruption or something to get us there?
That's all it can be.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that we flubbed this fight.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I think recoverable. Losing Dupe Pot, though, is really painful, given that we still have to beat the heart. That's like an incredible piece of tech.
We're just going to have to find something good.
We're just going to have to find it. We do have to play defend. Oh, it's double dupe.
Dupes the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant for the letter opener damage, but now we don't need it, I guess, because of the eruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're fine, right? I haven't miscount.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, cool. Whew. Oh, hello, Tamar.
Brutal.
Bit late.
Does it open the prey?
By the
Prey's
time
an omniscience target.
It is an omniscience target. And especially if we're chaining omniscience, it would be a nice omniscience target.
And we've got third eye now? Dude, I don't think it's bad.
What's it do if we draw an opening?
It gives us 4 mantra.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really not the card we want in our opening hand, right?
No.
What I want is a bottled lightning.
Honestly, what I want? Worship.
Yeah.
1 worship when you hit it with an omniscience is just enter, get 3 energy back.
I think there was the worship next to the omniscience. I think we saw a worship a couple floors ago, but I think it was next to the omniscience.
Yeah.
GG. Oh, tough rap. I should have had better foresight in that fight, I think.
No,
I think there was a better way to set up. Maybe it was just aggressive alpha plays so that we wouldn't get locked in a corner, or like, I don't know. The burns added up. And it's not even Ascension 18.
Hey, do you want to build our own fasting? I told you fasting is in this store, and an upgraded fasting is in this store.
It's true. The speed potion is the potion we just picked up is one of the best potions we could find, right? We've got orange pellets. So we don't need the dexterity potion. Oh, were you suggesting drop the thorns?
Yep.
But my thorns
damage.
damage.
Lot of damage.
It really is, and frankly, I think especially with the speed pot and our omniscience, I think we're gonna be able to block the heart. We're really not bad at blocking as long as we are very careful with setting up turn to turn to make sure that we have some stance change.
Do we want to have a frozen eye? It's gonna make the rest of this run brain-bustingly terrifying.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to treat every fight like Final Destination? Because if you are, this is Frozen Eye card remove strength pot.
I'm not ready for it, I'll admit, but
it's so good.
Every time we're like, we need to know if we're going to change stance next turn, and this is our solution.
Yeah, and we need to know if we need to press alpha aggressively or if we just skip it. Like, there's the answer. No, I think this is quite good. For what it's worth, I really like this relic. I actually enjoy it, which is not a popular opinion, I guess, but I really enjoy it.
I mean, I think I did mention in the last ladder streak, Casey's tweet about it recently. Apologizing for it.
Which is funny. Do you ever drop... I know this is going to sound wild. Do you ever drop Conclude at this point?
I like it, yeah. I mean, we do have Donu and
weird.
Decker, but like against Donu and Decker, we're going to be targeting one person down exactly, instantly, and then having Omega.
I think we've gone back to the point to where Omega is our plan to quickly scale AoE damage, especially with the Omniscience and with Third Eye to draw through the deck. Oh, we can take this elite. Yeah, we got it. No problem. No problem. And you get to use them. Look at Minty. Look what it does. Isn't that nice? I love that.
I love this because this will actually make me utilize it some of the time. I've mentioned innumerable times that Frozen Eye is a meme on my channel for the fact that I never use it. It's never intentional.
So we have turn 1 double Omni, which is like, what all are we gonna play? And we have a Rushdown in hand. This is a sweet turn. So
we could rush down Omni, and then Omni hits Omni. The second Omni hits the Vigilance, and then Tantrum.
And then we just play Alpha by hand. Oh, but if we hit the Tantrum dies. I don't think we want to Omni the Tantrum in this fight. But that would be a heck of an opener. We would be off to the races for sure.
We know where we start. Now, where do we conclude? Do we just want to get out the 2 Mental Fortresses and just have this fight set up? Alpha's in the next hand anyway, right? We don't want to double play Alpha because we don't want 2 Omegas in the deck.
I'm okay with just double Mental because, to be honest, I feel fairly confident that we can beat this fight the old-fashioned I hit you with my attacks way. And then now we can start drawing on this turn, which feels cool.
Ooh. So it does, especially when you end up retaining.
Yeah. Over 100 damage.
God.
Played the Alpha.
Teak, would Calipers be good here?
I wonder if Calipers would be good here. I don't know.
Anyone in chat? Anyone in the comments section know if Calipers would be good here? Just got a feeling about it. Wave of the hand, third eye. Just define our next 2 hands.
Alpha?
Oh, sorry, I forgot about the Alpha. Let's play that. At least.
And then check where the beta ends up using our Frozen Eye.
That's a legal maneuver now. You don't go to jail for doing that anymore.
We have to play 1 Third Eye at least because it's in the 6th position.
We don't need to weaken you yet. It's 13 damage.
And then do we set up the Vigilance? Do we want to discard? That works, I guess, right? Because now we draw beta. And the other cards. Do we want the Fear No Evil next turn with the Tantrum, actually? Real talk. We might be able to do the Omega next turn this way. Right?
The enemy debuffed us on the first turn, isn't debuffing us here, so we know they're attacking, so we know we can use that for the commentary. Yeah, okay.
Oh, smart. I
like it.
So now do we Miracle for the Vigilance since we're drawing Deus Ex? I like Miracle Vigilance here. That sets us up to be able to go pretty ham.
Okay.
Yeah, we're totally set up now. Damaru is just like, notice me.
No, Damaru. I will never notice you. Alright. Talk to the hand, Tanty.
Do we want to
beta talk to the hand, Tanty.
Well, I don't know. We might do beta at the end so that we can focus on everything else and then Omega next turn. There's some consideration to Omega after the Tantrum so that we're more likely to redraw Tantrum. I actually kind of like that.
Okay.
Talk to the hand Tantrum, see where we're at.
Thank you for the Flurry of Blows. Most important card we get to play here.
Okay. Well, we didn't redraw Tantrum, but that's okay because we get to keep going.
Yeah, I guess it's just beta Fear No Evil now.
That feels like enough, right? Some consideration for Miracle to meditate 1 card. maybe like meditate back. If we meditate back Flurry, it's in the beginning of the draw, as an example. Or we could meditate back Eruption or like a Vigilance, so that we can do some draw stuff next turn.
Yeah, but how much does Flurry really matter to? Oh, right, we have the hand. You have
Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
The hand.
Yep, we're talking to it.
I think any of those plays ends up winning the fight, but I do think it's worth meditating something. I guess that was maybe meditate was our calm source, so we just don't even play Fear No Evil. But it felt worth it to get some damage online, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I was definitely just like committed to the previous play. It's just like queued it up after the play that I already had in mind. Oh, thank you, Tantrum.
Oh, it even hit the Tantrum. Let's go. The damaging.
Get him.
The enemy
Got him.
will perish.
Do you want to wave and just like super weaken the enemy now?
Yeah, I don't want to ever take damage. Frankly, I'm opposed.
Miracle the Wallop for 2 more triggers of it?
Huh. Sure, because the next time we need energy, we're just going to play Blasphemy and win.
Yep.
I'm into it.
Alright, so we're only weakened for this 1 turn, and then basically this is the last turn we need to figure out how to block, I think.
Can we win this turn? No.
Almost certainly not. Especially with the weekend.
But
after the weekend's gone, it's much easier. I think
we just play Vigilance, and that's a full block.
Nice. Good Vigilance.
You've done well.
Tantrums in the draw pile. Maybe just meditate back the Flurry, do the same thing we did last time.
Yeah, next turn we're winning.
Alright.
TikTok, says the enemy. Sure that the clock will expire for us and not for them.
Yeah, TikTok on this clock. Party don't stop. Till the giant head drop. We got the potion bells!
So good.
Hey, Teak, is it ever just lucky here with what we're doing in the final fight?
I am not opposed to this Just Lucky. It's good enough already. I like the card. This spaghetti.
This
is a stick up.
G-damn
You're gonna
spaghetti.
drop a fasting. It's time. Where's fasting in this run? We have a prayer wheel.
We've got a great opening hand here, though.
We do.
Only problem is it's speculative. It's like, do we?
Oh gosh, that's a good point. Well. Oh, gosh.
Oh, whoa. We can bail out of, like, so if it does end up with the largest attack, we can bail out with the flurry of blows we get back.
Very true. Well, we'll proc Malleable a few times here.
We don't play flurry of blows first, right? What? Did I do something wrong?
No. I think you did well. I was thinking about if Flurry of Blows would do enough damage to get through the Malleable, because Tantrum is a 4-hit, right? So
Oh.
It's gonna be close.
If we draw a skill, we can play the miracle and the skill, and then we can get 5 of it
Nice.
off and do it again.
That'll get us there. Yeah. I think whatever we draw will get us there.
Miscounted. Fine. It's all okay. Never mind. We're good.
Nah, this is good. We're barely taking damage. I don't even think we change its stance. The vulnerable is scary.
We can't
but
change its stance.
Hey, hold up. We sure do have Frozen Eye.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
We sure do have Frozen Eye.
How did I? Even if the cards are on the screen, I forget about it.
What's our plan?
My God. Okay.
No, I think we were always doing that because we didn't want to just sit and take 27 damage. It just yeah. Oh man.
I mean, we probably play alpha, so we can try and get away without hitting the enemy and only use the hits to change stances.
I'm into it. Next turn's a little scary. How are we dealing with this Vuln?
Well, I was planning on just playing enough things.
Wallop.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Wallop will do it. Tantrum Wallop will get us, like, or at least
Blasphemy
Wallop
Wallop is so much block.
It
How much
is.
block
It's
is
really
that?
good. That'll protect us from dying that turn, so we get to die at the start of the next turn instead. Yeah, just block the 27. Hang on.
Wallop
We block the
first off.
27. We take 9. We go down to 42. We're 1 above split value.
Split found? Oh. We're getting close to meat. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wait, but
We're
if
not-
we wallop, we're
how are we
changing
blo-
the enemy's intent. We just wallop first and see what's up.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got to get out of this stance. It's a good turn. Just third eye and move on with our life. Looks like a good hand, too.
All of it? Like, do we want to be stance dancing against this enemy, or
Honestly,
are we going for the?
I think it's okay.
alpha?
I think it's okay to stance some, as long as we have control over it, right? Oh, how do we get to omniscience? That's what I really want. We'll do that next turn.
Yeah, that'll come. Okay,
I promised that my brain was online, but
it's all good.
it's trying.
There's the
it's trying.
omniscience.
Perfect. Okay,
Omniscience
so
in the
next
next
hand
hand, and then
wins for us.
so
If only we had one more omniscience, then we could do the beta omega chain. Need a third. We need the dollies. We can't afford it.
hang on, can we? So
With the money from this fight, it's on average 15, 151.
I was talking like use the just lucky, discard the top 2 cards of the deck, so we get third eye, we get windmill, we get omniscience, omniscience, and beta. Then we play the beta, and then we play omniscience afterwards and use the miracles, right?
Oh,
So
you're
we just
gonna
go
just
straight
get
for it.
there this turn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about how much money it would cost to buy Dolly's mirror, so we could just have 3 omniscience. But we can use the omniscience on this turn to get the omega. I'm into it. Let's do it.
I
Let's
don't
delete
think
our
that's.
enemy.
I don't think that's this turn because we can't. Oh wait, we can get into
We've got
vigilance and
rushdown. We
control.
could do draw things. Yeah, we've got eruption.
We don't have enough draw to get there though. Is the thing. We have one discard 2, and then the third eye is the third card. So we draw the third eye and the windmill strike at the same time as we run out of draw for the rest of the turn. So yeah, it's a next turn draw. It's just we need to.
Okay. I dig it. But
we
we can
wanna-
set it up.
Do we want Mental Fortress? Yeah, probably just do this first. No reason to Mental Fortress yet.
Let's see what the spaghetti is up to. Dr. Spaghetti.
I mean, yeah, we're fine. It's just Mental Fortress, Vigilance, we're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And we even clear the debuffs.
Oh my gosh, I forgot we had orange pellets too. How can it be that we have so many different powers to keep track of? How can it be? Frankly.
The game is just trying to make this very confusing on us, frankly.
Yeah. This is the thing, is that we're moving towards this turn. So I know that we're gonna win. But how do we Oh, you're so strong.
I apologize to the listeners for the sound I just made, but ooh, do we take another now? Let's look at the other at least. The game's trying to tell us something, Teak.
I wonder if we should take a tantrum here. Do you ever take this tantrum and then in the other screen take Conjure Blade?
I don't think we take Conjure Blade.
Dude, Conjure Blade is pretty good.
I
here.
think with Flex Potion and Strength Potion, our tantrums are already the expunges that we need, especially compared to the amount of damage we get to do to the heart each turn.
True, except that Conjure Blade is also a wallop. Because we have to talk to the hand.
So are the tantrums.
True. So
I
it's
don't
redundant.
see what the Conjure does except create a tantrum for our deck right now.
Yeah, I agree. As long as we can consistently get out of Wrath, which we should be able to foretell because we have a Frozen Eye, which should let us know.
Uh-huh.
Agreed. I don't like the second flurry here, and I usually do, but
Okay.
I don't want it here. Yeah.
And now, do we take the safety rest?
It was a rest.
It was a safety
we-
rest.
I think we can upgrade. Donu Deka is going to get obliterated by our Omniscience business.
I'll admit, I've actually been miffed a couple times about the Eruptions cost, but I think it's Meditate first and then Eruption later if we're doing it. Or do we want to hang on.
Upgrade Alpha, dude.
Upgrade
Let's
Alpha
do it.
because
Let's
we've got the
commit.
Elite Fours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got Omniscience. It's time. It's time. This was what was foretold, Rhapsody.
How did you know?
In the beginning times.
You knew from the first floor what we were going to be doing. How?
How could you foretell?
How did he know? Well, we're not blocking this turn.
Yeah, well, that's pretty typical of our turn ones.
Yeah.
What's ahead of us? plan our run.
Rest of the deck. There's a Omniscience in there. There's Rushdown as well.
Nice.
Mental Fortress, Rushdown, Meditate, Omniscience. Okay,
Cool.
so that
So we-
hand also doesn't have defense, is what I'm
Yeah, but
realizing.
that's okay. It will have defense, right? Because we'll
Mental
play
Fortress,
Rushdown,
Meditate.
And one of the Omniscience hits will be our Eruption.
Oh, okay.
Dig it, and then we can meditate at the end. That's a bunch of block. We get the Eruption out of the way. Only Tantrums all the way down.
I like it. I like this plan. Let's make it a reality.
Rush. I like Wave of the Hand, Mental Fortress before the Omniscience because it might hit it, and if it doesn't, we Miracle. Does that end up like?
Dang.
Oh no, this is fine. This is great. This is great. Yeah.
Omniscience, and then it is. I mean, we do have another Tantrum in there we can use instead of the Eruption. It's just we want to burn the Eruption rather than Tantrum, right?
I think so, because the Eruption's more expensive and it doesn't cycle forward, right?
Okay. Do we ever play the beta first? Like double up a beta first and then Erupt for the possibility of drawing? But we wouldn't be able to play it after we drew it.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's weird. And we also know exactly the order of our deck because Frozen Eye. But that is a weird interaction, right?
Yeah.
But those are our two cards, I think. I think those are always our two cards.
One thing I will make very, very clear as well. When you are chaining Omnisciences, you are choosing your cards and then they execute afterwards. The reason this is important is because you can't chain 3 Omnisciences and then the first one hits the second hits the third, and then you have 3 casts, right? And the first hits Alpha, the second hits Beta, and the third hits Omega, because your deck doesn't change in between those states.
There is a way to chain them if you have enough.
Oh.
If you have 3 Omniscience, you can chain through, because what you do is you Omniscience the Omniscience.
Yeah.
And then with the first and then right, so now you're on your second, but it hits 2 targets.
Yes.
And you make the first target Beta and the second target Omniscience. The Beta resolves before you get to do the Omniscience, and then you can hit the Omega.
Yes.
So you need 3.
Yeah, if you interrupt it like that, but that's using 3 in order to go Beta Omega rather than 3 in order to go Alpha Beta Omega.
Yeah. For that, you need 4, or just to play it.
What? I accidentally just clicked something. That was Beta.
I think it was Beta, which is okay.
Well,
I think that was our plan anyway, right?
Everything's fine in this universe. It's totally okay. It was planned the entire time. Get back to Tantrum. Or Wave of the Hand. Do we just want to weaken them the next couple turns while we wait for the Omegas?
What's ahead of us?
Double Omegas, a Tantrum. Wait, it's A, right? Yeah.
Third Eye, Blasphemy, Omega. We have good defensive hand next turn. I like the Wave, right? I like the Wave. That looks pretty good. The weakness feels relevant. These enemies, they sure do some damage.
Yeah, they really do. Why they got to do all this damage, Fortique?
Yeah, and how exactly do we play Omega when they do so much damage?
I think how we play Omega right now is we defend the third eye. Oh, wait, we can't do it after that, right?
I think we skip this Omega.
Okay.
I think this is a second cycle Omega. I think this is our live turn.
Yeah. This is the bait Omega.
Yeah, and then next turn we set up perfect, like, Tantrum business. We need to make sure there's a way out in front of it. And I don't
there
know
is
that
not.
There is. What the heck are we going to do, man?
So we cut Tantrum too then. And probably Flurry. Are they going to block next turn as well? Do we need to cut the Wallop?
Oh,
no, that's a buff. That's not a block.
But it's okay because we have Deus Ex Machina, which will let us play the 1 Omega and just keep blocking. And then after the 1 Omega's live, we can focus on doing Tantrum Biz. So maybe we keep Deceive Reality? Oh, can we discard 4 cards not including Flurry? Is that silly? Because then Flurry will be at the bottom of the deck too. Does that matter?
So we discard 4 cards not including Flurry. Wait. Huh? If we're discarding this Tantrum, the Flurry does end up at the bottom of the deck. But
it's at the start of the next deck, but then we've got to draw back the Tantrums and stuff.
Yeah. What is the benefit of the Flurry being there for us right now?
There's none. There's no benefit. And right, well, all we want to do is survive. All we want to do is make sure that we can block enough.
So hold those. I mean, do we even hold the defend as well? Like real. real pressure without our defense.
Sure, seems reasonable. Those are just lucky here too, I guess. That's block.
Yeah, probably should have just luckied first there. Oops.
It's all good. We've got 6 turns of weakness now. Keep surviving.
Oh god.
In an awful case, if we ended up there, we could speed pot. But I am very intent on winning this fight without potion use because we should be able to from here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we mess up and not draw enough to be able to get to Omega?
Yep.
Oh.
That was the defend that I was supposed to discard. Convince myself that I wasn't.
That's okay. We're holding these miracles. Just like deceive reality, block on this turn or whatever. Get the safety online so we're safe next turn.
Sure.
I
like
the
safety.
weakness is putting in work. Yeah. And we have Blasphemy to get a like spontaneous kill. And the Tantrum's here, and we have a Meditate in front of us. Is that the next card? Because if so, we can do
Meditate
we
is
can do
next,
Tantrum
yeah.
draw things. Okay, then this turn is awesome. Here's the turn we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the turn we wanted. That's good.
Do we want to Miracle before a Tantrum, go for the draws?
I think so, and we're plan. I think we should plan to play Omega on this turn,
Yes.
which means maybe we play it now. I guess. Yeah. Who are we
Agree.
gonna talk to the hand?
Mm-hmm. Talk to the hand, and there's a Tantrum there as well. There's Meditate to get out at the very end of the turn. So if we get out, you're dealing... gosh, with the weakness as well. Does it... We don't have vulnerability and there's no strength reduction, but there is strength on
I
the
think
target.
it's a 13 by 2.
13
Is
by
how the
2.
rounding worked out. I want to say it was 26. It's either 26 or 28, right?
Right.
So we should have no trouble getting there with the Mental Fortress since we're playing to end on Meditate anyway.
Yes. Okay. So talk to the hands, and then Tantrum. And I mean, talk to the hand. We don't even need to Tantrum.
Oh,
You
our
just talk to
Windmill
the hand,
Strike is
meditate.
free right now.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's also some damage.
That is a ton of damage. We should play that. Maybe against the back. Maybe talk to the hand Windmill, the
Yeah.
Donu. That sounds really good. Yeah, because then we're set up to maybe win next turn. In fact,
You
how
want to
about
meditate
this?
it back?
Well, here's another line too. We
Mhm.
could Miracle here, one more Miracle to
Mhm.
play Tantrum, and then Meditate. And we Tantrum with the Tantrum on the back line. They're guaranteed dead next turn if we can do any damage at all. Because that's 24, 50 from Omega, 50 from Omega. We're there.
Oh, right. So yeah, this is. Wait, but is there not a block that they try and do next turn or something?
Yeah, but we've got a wall up ahead of us, so we've got it.
Okay.
Plus, we're letter opener on this turn from Miracle Meditate. We're in. And they're
Is it-
dead next turn. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We win.
So
That's a Meditate. That's a Meditate.
Yeah, almost. Almost. It's all good, Teak. I'm just trying to give you a heart attack. Yeah, this turn could literally just be Omega and then wait 2 turns for the win as well.
Yes. And I love that. Our enemies do deserve to take 100 damage around.
Yes. Go.
GG.
GG, Teak.
I know, kind of brain bending, even though I knew going in that we could probably win it on 30 health, but I also is kind of tricky. I wonder if doubling the beta was wrong. It definitely felt like 1 Omega was enough. Maybe we could have gotten away with doubling like a Mental Fortress or something.
Yeah. Unless the plan with the doubling of beta immediately involves getting out the damage, like actually having the Omega doubled or some such,
Yeah.
or creating an Omega and then being able to draw into it and use it, it feels like we just want to get our setup as fast as we possibly can, especially if we're doubling our setup, because then nothing touches us past that point.
Do we ever need a rest here? Is that ever worth the 14 life?
I mean, do we ever need an upgrade? Is the other question, right? Because if we don't, then it's easy to just rest.
Honestly, I think we have all of the most important upgrades online,
Pretty much.
right? You know, I think this run is really cool because we've had 2 fights now, probably. 2 big ones at least. Oh, wow. I'll make this point quickly so we can talk about the shop.
Yep.
But I think we've had Nemesis and we had Donu Deka, both of which we looked at afterwards and said our path was suboptimal. But still, we've managed to stay alive and we've managed to adapt through it. And honestly, I think that if there's any learning lesson for us and for players in general, it's that seeking for optimality is good, but more important is being able to adapt to changing circumstances. You
Mhm.
won't always perfectly evaluate your deck, especially when it's really complex like this. Look at our relic bar, look at our deck, right? We have so many paths. So being able to make a pick and then adapt when the plan changes is more important, I think, than spending 20 hours trying to find the perfect line.
Yes, adaptable decks like this are incredibly, incredibly strong, but the thing that they
Mhm.
are leveraging is your ability to break out of the way that you are standardly playing them,
Mhm.
as well as your imagination effectively at the start of each fight of how do
Yeah.
I imagine best I can utilize my deck to fit this, because it's probably not the same
Yeah.
game plan I used in the previous fight.
It totally is an imagination exercise, isn't it? Yeah.
We have,
So what are you looking at?
honestly, I'm looking at these three.
I think the toy ornithopter looks really good.
It's
That's
a solid
25 extra health.
It's a solid 25
Yeah.
health for us. The medical kit does
Mm.
mean that we can burn out the burn and the wounds that we would get from the big bad at the very end.
True. And I just had a consideration, which is at least the flex pot and the speed pot, we're going to want to play before we're taking damage. So
Mhm.
Toy Ornithopter basically says, if we take damage from the Act 4 Elite, heal it. Which I think is okay. Right? See what I'm saying? It's not as strong as it would usually be because we're not playing... We want to play these potions fairly early
Mhm.
in the fight. Medkit is legit. It just makes me wonder, how much do we care about second cycle? Against the Act 4 Elites, we don't. Like, we kill them first cycle.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not caring to burn out their burns at all. It's the heart. Like the point past which we have all of our powers played and we're just cycling constantly. I don't.
And
like
I think against the
constantly
heart,
having this in hand.
they don't matter as much. They're played down by the fact that we have double third eye
Mm.
and just lucky. I think we can play around them, and that makes me wonder if it's toy here.
Okay.
What about, would we ever swap any potions? Like is that an
No.
ambrosia?
It is an ambrosia, yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty
3
good,
energy
man.
on ask.
Yeah, and a bunch of damage. That could be like the thing that lets us more safely kill the Act 4 elites, as an example.
Or what lets us play Omega on a turn we otherwise wouldn't have been capable.
Yeah. And then what, it would be like that and a weak pot. 6 turns a week. No, vulnerable.
So we would take these
Yeah.
two off then?
I know, it's weird, right?
Strength
Because those are actually relevant, and 20 AoE damage against the Act 4 elites could give us some crazy turn 2 kill against the shield or something. Yeah, I don't know. I know that I want to make sure whatever we pick here, I think if I'm looking at this deck, if we get to the heart with more than 60 health with this potion belt, we should win. And so I think whatever we buy
the answer
here,
is Toy Ornithopter then.
it's whatever is going to make us consistently beat the Act 4 Elite without taking much damage. So I like Toy Ornithopter. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. It was that or Ambrosia, I think, is where I got down.
Vigilance Alpha Pass. Well, Vigilance Tantrum. Tantrum Vigilance Alpha Pass. Just get 44 damage on the target.
Can we do we ever do that to the shield?
Try and kill it really quickly. It's the rest of our deck right now. We've got Just Lucky Third Eye, Rush Down, Mental Fortress, Wave of the Hand in the next hand. We're not really going to be changing stance, but we can Wave of the Hand as well as Third Eye and Just Lucky for wait, have they got only one artifact, so we can weaken them next turn.
That's good.
Unless the Tantrum goes in between these.
We're then facing the wrong way. Oh, but if we get Tantrum, then the Rushdown's actually doing something, which is kind of cool.
That's true as well.
I'm wondering if we can kill the Spire Shield next turn. That would make next turn much easier.
When's on? Okay, so Omniscience is 8. It's 9 cards away from us right now.
Oh, I'm thinking, like, we've got an explosive pot, and this is definitely the place where it's at its best. There's 20 damage. There's 44 in hand, so that's 64. We're only 61 away at that point. If we were to redraw Tantrum, can we get there? Like, would we ever use the Strength pot in this fight? Just the Strength pot, not the Flex. Save that for the heart. I know, right? It's funky.
It's possible. It's just, do we need it? So what's the expected
Next turn is
result
scary. Next
again?
turn is scary. That's the thing that I'm thinking about is that next turn the shield is attacking us for whatever. It's like this hit is 12. No, it's 14. It becomes 21, right? When you're facing away from it. Yeah, so it's 14. Yeah. This hit is 14 because it's blocks one turn, and the first 2 turns it does this 14 damage hit. It becomes 21 if we're facing away, or 14 when we're facing it. And the Spire Spear is hitting for 40, 10 by 4.
We can weaken both of them, and we can choose the direction we stand as well with the just
Next turn. And with the weakness, that 10 by 4 becomes a 7 by 4, so that's only 28. The 21 behind us becomes like a 15. So we're looking at 43 damage instead of 61.
We're also blocking for 3, 9, 12. Just the 12 that turn.
Not too bad. But if we can kill something next turn,
Okay.
it's even better.
Let's do it. Tantrum, Vigilance, Alpha. We just do the same. We'll be standing the wrong way, so we're going to take some damage to the Spire Spear if we do that this turn.
I think we tantrum first and see where it lands. There's a line where we play Windmill Strike here.
Very bottom of the deck.
Okay, so not next turn. If we hold Windmill with the strength, next turn it's doing what? We don't have any Wrath. 28, Explosive Potions, 20. So we'd be at 48 if we play it right now. And then we don't have enough damage with the block. So we're not getting there. This is all very strange. It's kind of difficult to reason about, actually, too.
There are so, like, even with the information of the deck, there are so many kind of variables.
Yeah. It's okay, though. This is like, if we spent 45 minutes in this fight and the next, and that's what it took to win, it was worth it. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but yeah, it's very high information. Right?
Totally fair. I think we have no other play this turn other than the Vigilance and the Alpha. I don't think we're killing the Spire Shield anymore next turn.
What I'm wondering at this point is, speaking of, being willing to break out of tunnel vision, do we play Alpha? Maybe it's just wrong. We've done so much damage, and with the strength pot, we probably don't want to see beta next turn,
Is your proposition that we use Miracle, Windmill Strike, Eruption, take the damage this turn, and just kill the Spire Shield next turn?
I guess we can't do that because we don't have a way to go back Calm next turn, right?
No, we don't.
So we have to Vigilance in this turn, or we're just totally hosed. But if we... Yeah, and we're just barely short. We're just barely short. What we could do here, which I think is very reasonable, is Miracle, Windmill Strike to turn back around. And then Vigilance, that way we're full block this turn. And then the next turn is just block as much as we can. And then close the fight as soon as we can. And with the 4 strength, we should be able to do so fairly quickly. Like, what's our turn after that look like?
Omniscience Chain.
Oh, we have Omni. Yeah, so at that point we just win,
Well, I mean...
play one of the tantrums.
This Omniscience is 4 cost, and we only have 3 energy if we play the Miracle this turn, though.
Oh my gosh, that's very true. Okay.
So if we're doing that...
So we actually have to hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're doing that, we are Vigilance Alpha. And we are trying to make the Omega at that point, I think.
Is Wave of the Hand literally the last card we draw next turn?
Yes.
Dude, I think we should skip Alpha. Once we get to this Omniscience, if we can play it, we can play Tantrum as our Omniscience target and just be okay with it. And do we have Rushdown at that point?
Yeah, Rushdown's in the next hand.
At that point, with 4 strength, we just draw through the deck and win. I don't think we need Omega then, and the risk of getting beta in the next hand and losing weak is worth 21 health.
Okay.
Ha, gosh. Dude, this is a really nasty fight. Our biggest hope is that we can kill the shield next turn, I think.
just, you know?
Yeah, just Oh, we have Just Lucky too.
Yeah.
Which will let us fix up our next hand a little bit. And Third Eye.
Do we want to discard either of those though? The next hand?
Well, we want this Omniscience. Do we want to draw forward by 2 cards so we also have Blasphemy next hand? We can probably just lethal next turn with the Omniscience in hand.
Okay, where's our lethal next turn, sorry?
I don't know.
So no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track. I think that's what we need to be thinking about right now. So we use Just Lucky and we use Third Eye. We can dig like so many cards out of here. We can cut these two. We can cut as many as we want until just Blasphemy and Omniscience come up in the next hand. We use Blasphemy, we use Omniscience. Omniscience chains on the other Omniscience, and then we play double Tantrum after a Blasphemy. The only thing is the first Tantrum is the only one that's hit by the Blasphemy, and then the rest of them are all just Wrath.
I think the Blasphemy is for the other cards. I think we keep Fear No Evil, and I think that'll draw us to Flurry too. And we keep Windmill Strike maybe. And Windmill Strike is a ton of damage too, right? So maybe we discard like Defend and Third Eye.
Oh god.
Ooh, is that enough draw if we play that way? Or we could...
If we're doing Defend and Third Eye, then we discard Omniscience as well. We can't play Omniscience on that turn if we're playing Fear No Evil, Talk to the Hand.
No, Blasphemy gives us energy. And then we're Stance Dancing too. We start to generate energy pretty rapidly, right?
Wait, are we going back to the plan of using Blasphemy next turn and going for the kill?
I think we're doing both. Yeah. So to be much more crystal with my suggestion, because I'm struggling with it.
It's okay.
I think we're playing the Omniscience. And I see what you're saying, right? Which is that the Blasphemy costs 1. We already need 4 to play this Omniscience, right? I think we're playing Blasphemy, and that's getting a plus a miracle. So now we're at 4. Now we're at... Oh, and there's a Deus Ex Machina that's ahead too. We can generate so much energy. We can play Blasphemy and Omniscience in whatever order we want, as long as we discard appropriately. So you're right. We should discard basically everything other than the Omniscience. And then, yeah, we go discard all 4 of those, and then also discard the Flurry with our Lucky coin, with our Just Lucky. And then that means our next hand is Omniscience, Blasphemy, Meditate, Deus Ex, and Mental. And that's perfect. And then we just win.
Omniscience, Blasphemy, Deus Ex, Mental. Right?
Yeah.
And the Meditate's also in that hand?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're turning around to the Spire Spear as well?
Yeah.
Discard.
It'll be enough.
Third Eye. Cut. Save.
Get smacked. It's okay. This is actually really good. This is what we wanted Toy Ornithopter to do, right? Killing at the beginning of the fight.
We just need to take a little bit more damage. Shame they haven't got spikes.
So what's our ordering here?
It's got to be Blasphemy before the Mental Fortress, right? I mean, that's if we're trying to use Mental Fortress to fish for lower cost reduction on either of these. If it hits the Meditate instead, we lose extra energy. Do we care about the amount of energy we have this turn, actually?
We're going to have plenty.
Yeah, okay, so...
I think all we care about is getting out maximum damage. And I think maximizing damage means doing the Omniscience first to Omni both of the Tantrums so that we draw the Wallop and then Blasphemy, Windmill Strike, Wallop. Is that enough?
Those Tantrums aren't guaranteed to get us that draw, right? We've got Rushdown. We're going to draw 2.
Frozen Eye.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got it. That's why we bought it.
Even though we have a mod for it. Oh, God.
And we're on 3 strength.
Thank you for being here. Otherwise,
No, this has been like this Watcher run has gone from we definitely win to very cerebral very quickly, but we do definitely win. So that's good.
Hit him with the perfect amount of damage.
Boom.
Ooh.
GG. Oh, duality with the orange
Damn.
pellets. Okay, we should take this mental fortress. I know it seems silly, but it's 1 more power to make sure that orange pellets is on, I think, right?
1, 2, 3. Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
we're
we only
fine.
have 3 powers. I thought we had more
Yeah.
powers than that in the deck.
Because we really need to clear debuffs on turn 2 as well. Holy moly.
Okay, there we get it.
Ooh, turn 1 omniscience? Ooh, what can we do here?
I mean, first things first, right? We pop both speed potions, and we've got the thing this turn, right? We're using
Yeah, because we've
omniscience.
got to talk to the hand in hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Pop all the potions. Heals.
Get pops.
Should we
Should've
play
played that first.
Alpha first? No, it's okay, because we still have Mental Fortress in hand.
Yeah.
And so now, what is our Omni path? We have Rushdown live.
We do have Rushdown live. It should be Omni into Omni. One of them's Tantrum.
Are we going to kill a Tantrum?
I mean, one of them's Eruption then in that case. It's just Wrath Entry, rather.
Sure.
I think we leave both of the other powers in the deck for trying to clear this
Yeah.
debuff.
Well, what's our next turn?
Guaranteed in
Are
next
we
end.
drawing a power next turn?
No, not yet.
How can we get to one?
Well, I mean, we're using Eruption this turn, so we'll draw those 2. I mean, we're also using the second Omniscience, so we'll draw those 2. Right? Because we're going to draw these 2, so these end up in the next hand. Wave the hand becomes the bottom of the next hand. And then...
Nice. That next hand is actually pretty good with Wave. We don't quite clear, but we have Tantrum, Wave, and a Vigilance.
Yeah, that can
this
just be a
looks really
setup
good.
turn, and then we have the execution turn afterwards.
So Omni first is Eruption, also for block, I guess, because of Talk to the Hand. And then what was your second? Is
It would have just been either Mental Fortress or...
Is it
Is
beta?
it beta? It could be beta.
I kind of like the mental. I think bottom of the deck mental is correct. We're not gonna have trouble doing enough damage.
But how do we want to do the damage, Teak?
We have so much strength.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we have 10 strength. This is... Yeah. Let's just do the good play.
Bah. We are so strong.
Extremely strong. Just
Yeah,
Wave, Vigilance, get a third eye out there as well.
love it. Yeah, we have to deal with some. We have to play around some. Oh, how do we? We got to clear this debuff. Are we gonna play a Windmill Strike this turn?
Wait, did we play a power? We're not playing a
No,
power
you're
this
right,
turn.
you're
That was
right,
the
you're
thing.
right.
We were clearing them the next turn. That's the plan, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. I spaced on that.
No, it's
okay,
all good.
I'm gonna ask you to look at the whole deck here.
Yep. Oof.
Oof.
Void and burn in the next turn as well, yeah.
Okay, so that's a fascinating situation. Wait, hold up though, because Tantrum is draw 2. So if we discard everything but one Tantrum, then we're on what? We've got Tantrum, Void, Burn, Blasphemy, Wound, and the Tantrum draws us Defend, Flurry of Blows, and then we die. So let's not do that.
Yeah, so no tantrums in this cycle. Keep those.
Just play Mental Fortress and a Just Lucky. Just Lucky's a ton of block, actually.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. And Mental Fortress plus Just Lucky is an attack and a power.
And then a Miracle
And
in
then-
hand. We don't have to play
And then we have
Blasphemy.
Miracle in hand. Yeah, you're right. Okay, and that's enough to live. And then from there we should win.
Yep.
A good turn.
Also, we're going to get to watch the ridiculous amount of damage, frankly, that we're about to be dealing to the Corrupt Heart here. So
No lie.
all on
We
board.
should Just Lucky
first.
before the
I
Also, then we get to lock in the duality.
didn't think I was committing to that action there. Anyway. Mental. Miracle. Nice.
Oh yeah, if you click all of the cards in the scry screen, it just does it.
Yeah, it automatically confirmed. It's weird. I thought I was going back to the screen there, but I guess I clicked cancel and then plant.
Look at all the thorns damage. It's ridiculous. We just did
perfect.
135 damage. What?
Ooh! Wait, no, beta isn't exciting right now. It was going to be in this hand anyway. Let's get bopped.
Get so bopped. Are we going to do the Omega thing?
Slime beta? I mean...
Unless our next hand is... No, our next hand is nice blocks. It's good.
We have no defense in it, though. Sorry, no offense in it. No Wrath triggers, rather, for the stance dancing. Yeah,
that's kind of a
beta.
bummer, isn't it? Sure.
Unless we want to, like, third eye past the meditate. Get more
I think the
cards for
meditate's
next
okay,
round.
because the thing that I like about meditate is the ability to potentially meditate a Fear No Evil, depending on what our redraw looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Seems relevant. Ooh, there's that Abacus.
It's coming in clutch.
Do you
Told ya.
still feel good about it? Do you still feel good about it? We didn't end up being as much of a cycle deck as I thought we were going to be.
Yeah, I thought we were going to end up with an inner piece. I thought we were going to do a couple more things like
Yeah.
that, but instead we added more cards to the deck and then gave ourselves the ability to sideboard them with the third eyes and stuff.
It's only 26 cards, but it does feel so different than it felt at the beginning of Act 2.
Yes. Do we want to just Omega Miracle for defense? Like, how far do we want to go?
What's our next hand? We've got a Tantrum. And then what? Do we have any Calm Source? Because if not, we might need to, like, figure out how to meditate this Fear No Evil.
Nope.
In
I
that
mean,
case...
we can third eye so that we can, like, chuck everything of these three, and then we get Tantrum, Wallop, the Flurry,
and the
Wound
Tantrum
Burn,
draws
and
us
then the
2
Tantrum
cards,
draws
too.
us, yeah.
So we don't have to chuck much for Tantrum to draw us to Vigilance, right? So we Omega. We Omega, and then it might hit the third eye, and if it doesn't, we can Miracle
Got
it.
it.
That seems pretty good.
Thanks, game.
Thanks, game.
Do we have a Miracle the Deceive Reality here? Just get another block, just card that says block in the hand at all times.
Yes. Plus, that Deceive Reality says 16 block on it right now.
Yeah, it's not half bad.
We have how much strength and dexterity? I'm sorry. Excuse me?
10-12. It's a
The
casual
sum.
10-12. Yeah,
Honestly?
we are doing it this turn, right?
The talk to... Oh, yeah, for sure. We're going ham. The talk to the hand feels just okay. Like, I definitely think we could have skipped it in this run.
It feels too balanced for us.
That's right. We need to only be doing very broken things.
Speaking of extremely broken things, I'm just gonna guarantee that you die next turn when I... Wait, we don't have another Omega? Do we want to wait 2 turns for the Omega kill?
What? No, we're gonna win next turn. We Engi. Wait. There's something about winning with thorns.
Ah, yes.
So maybe we just Vigilance?
Yeah. We gotta do it. We gotta
Although-
set that streak back up. And
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's just important.
so we have the 50, and then... Okay, so I'm gonna weaken you as well, just in
Oh,
case.
but the Omega's gonna go off at the end of the turn. We can't get these thorns to happen.
No!
We can't. There's no way for us to not win so fast. We can't slow down. We should just Tantrum then, right? Go ham. Blasphemy.
We
Get 'em.
can't. We can't use the tantrums, Teak.
Why not?
Because we started out this run by disparaging 2 cards. Blasphemy and Windmill Strike,
And
and
Windmill
saying
Strike.
that we can't use them against the heart.
You're right. No, win with them.
We need
You're
to
right.
prove they can be used.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that run was 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
My brain is pudding. It's total pudding.
I think it's pretty noticeable about halfway through Act 3 there. My brain just like, it grew legs and it hopped out of my head and just went for a walk.
You did so well. Like I said this earlier and we talked about it, and you don't need me to say that. Like, you know that, but Blasphemy, no matter how much you play with it, it's because it's not a regular intellectual cost. You don't look at it and just evaluate. You look at it and your evaluation is tinged by the knowledge that if you mess it up, you lose.
Yes. It's
Every
like,
time.
So, you know when you see like a rickety bridge over this giant ravine, right?
Yeah.
And imagine it's like a bridge, like in the old Crash Bandicoot games, where like every third step exists, and even then, only just, right?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
if you have that same setup in a gymnasium and directly below, maybe 2 foot below the sagging part of the bridge, is a mat. Suddenly people are super confident they can like go across the entire bridge easily. However, hang that same thing back over the original ravine and those same people are going to drown. They are going to fall through and drown.
Oh man. And what if there were spikes? What if there were spikes in the water? What if the water was on fire? What if there were spikes in the fire water? I'm telling you.
What if the spikes in the fire water had poison on them? Poison that doesn't burn, because, again, aforementioned fire.
Fire, water, poisonous earth.
We need a wind. I mean, what could easily be the case is as the person crosses the bridge, we simply have...
The breeze.
Exactly.
Throws them off. And there you go. Remember.
A sudden gust.
Yeah. GG, Rhapsody. Dude, that was so good. I hope Watcher just is so much micro. I was trying not to be overbearing with the plays, but also to be aware of the times when I think it was good. I think we did well.
I sincerely appreciate it. This run, is there anything in retrospect, like a relic choice, a boss relic choice, maybe a card choose, a card turn down that we would want to, like, if we knew the future, what would we have changed?
I do think that this run could afford to be slightly more precise. I think there was an opportunity to not lose the duplication potion in the Nemesis fight, and that makes potentially our Act 4 fights much simpler. I think we could probably have skipped the talk to the hand, because Mental Fortress with the Omniscience was consistently so much block, and then just stance dancing. Although it was kind of redundancy, right? Like if we don't get the Mental Fortress online, what this deck was really missing and what made it so difficult was card draw. And like I said, a single scrawl just makes this deck so different. Omniscience was functioning as card draw, but we just needed a way to push forward. That's all we wanted.
That is the point I was trying to tee up as well.
Was it ever study or pray? Oh, Fear No Evil.
It was change the Fear No Evil for the inner piece, I think.
Yeah. I kind of like that. It never felt like the damage on the Fear No Evil mattered as much as just draw.
There were also 2 circumstances where the Fear No Evil did not get us into Calm, where inner piece would have.
Can I just say how much I appreciate this too, because we've talked about how tough the classes are and how tough Ascension 20 is, right? And people always ask me who's the toughest, who's the easiest, and the answer is it's complex. My opinion is that Defect is the most difficult to consistently win with on Ascension 20, but not the weakest, just hard. And that Watcher can be the most consistent, but here we are evaluating this Watcher run with the ceiling still so far above us. And we won. So it's not even like we took any really painfully bad choices or we made any glaring mistakes. I think the play was really strong. It's a 3-hour run, right? I mean, we considered a lot in this run, but I think you're right. I think there's a few things that we might do differently if we had the same run again.
I wonder how the impact of the inner piece change would have ended up changing the rest of our deck. Like, for instance, does that ever end up in the world where we no longer have the alpha?
Cut it, yeah.
We end up taking, probably still both third eyes, let's be real, but we consider like a bunch of other cuts, like Windmill Strike and such like that, and then effectively do become the deck that just cycles hard and does the same thing constantly. At which point, Talk to the Hand suddenly becomes a lot better again.
Yeah. This deck does feel like, at the end, if we imagine the same deck, but with no alpha, no blasphemy, no eruption, and no Windmill Strike. Like, I think that deck is better with this set of relics, because it's just consistently getting to all the things that we want. And it doesn't have such an awkward turn 1.
I would have killed for Anchor or, again, Red Mask if we could have had the opportunity to take it at that point.
This is weird, right? This is one of the things about hindsight analysis that's so difficult, because in this run, we played Alpha, and in this run, Omega had an impact. That was a lot of what made it simple for us to set up enough damage to kill Champ. And it was a real part of a potential plan against Donu Deka. It was a real part of a potential plan against the Act 4 elites, and it was relevant damage against the Heart too. And I also think that we could have cut the Alpha and a few more cards in the deck would be better, right? And so that's one of the things about hindsight analysis that's so hard, is that there's a world where some of your most impactful cards are removed and your deck gets better.
It's like the it's like effectively the hindsight version of what I keep saying when I'm trying to justify to newer players, especially how to build a deck. And it's sure, this card does something in my deck, but is my deck better with or without this card is a different question, and you need to answer both.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I've kind of stumbled upon, and the part that makes that such a difficult thing to explain and to internalize too, it's not just teaching people, it's learning yourself, is that it's really not about individual cards. That's the hardest part. It's about cores and collections of cards. And so maybe that one is an incremental improvement, but on the whole, like the 3 things you added, have you diluted the rest of your deck? What about things that you take in the future, right? How strong is that core of Fear No Evil and Tantrum and a Flurry of Blows with the Rushdown? The answer is, with these potions, strong enough to beat the Heart. So nothing is better than the already winning path, right? Nothing is, if it's consistently winning. Yeah.
Another sleeper thing that I just want to kind of like point out for a second and go, huh, nice, is speculative orange pellets.
So good.
Nice, but God, that makes the Sacred Corn Chip here really good.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't strongly think about that at the time until we picked up the speed potion, and then I remembered how strong that is.
It's extremely impactful. Little Dorito right there. GG Teak. Hey Teak. I'm not getting to the second part. We're not going to the improv scene yet. So the people are waiting for the improv scene. Cut forward 5 minutes. I was inspired to do this Watcher run, specifically inspired to enjoy the Watcher today, because of a run that I saw recently on Twitch. Now, I think you might have actually seen it.
Perhaps.
Did you happen to catch any of it? It was on twitch.tv/sneakyteak.
Yeah, how do I put this? I guess I would consider myself in some ways adjacent to that channel, or even parallel. You know? It's a very tight peering with that channel. And I think I know the run that you're talking about even.
The Watcher speed run.
Yeah.
The Watcher
Ascension
A20 speed
20,
run?
Heart kill. Yeah. Yeah. Some other particularly notorious content creator, something like twitch.tv/Rhapsody plays or something like that. Do you know this channel?
I think they're in the Wholesomeverse, actually. I've worked with the Wholesomeverse guys a couple of times, and I think that person's in the Wholesomeverse as well.
Yeah, so they came along, and this fellow, you know, the Sneaky Teak was like, what do you want? What are you buying? And they said, I want to see you go fast, but it should be difficult. And Teak was like, straight up, I got you, fam, and killed the Heart at Ascension 20. But fast. Pretty wild.
It was so wild. The usage of scroll in that was
what was missing here.
I loved it so much. God, it was such a good time. I'm gonna be linking the run we're talking about in the description below. Don't worry, you're not left out.
I appreciate that suggestion too, because that was super fun.
I love the title of it as well. A20 Watcher Speedy Run for Rhapsody.
That's right. I made this for you.
Much appreciated. Hey, you just sent me a link that's this is a weird one. If I clicked on that, hang on, I gotta figure out the level of distraction I want to go for. Now, Teak.
Yes.
Recently, I've been experimenting.
I see.
With some materials that I have laying around in the office.
Like glue?
protons, electrons, neutrons, and the science. Well, actually, I was experimenting with some quarks. I was trying to go with some some spins, some strange, some other ones that I don't remember the name of, and
they've all got weird names. It's okay. You don't need to know that when you're experimenting with them, I'm sure.
Exactly. I can just see them, right?
Yeah.
In this circumstance, and I was slashing them together, just slapping them all together in the office late one night.
Got it. Got it.
When I created this thing that was really stable and stayed in the same way for quite some time.
But you were experimenting with subatomic particles?
Oh, that's a great name for them. I think I'm going to call them those. But I was experimenting with these subatomic particles, you said?
Got it.
Yep.
Yes. And you made something stable.
I made something stable, and then I put it together with some other stable stuff, right? I put the neutrons in the middle with the protons, then I put some electrons spinning on the outside. It was a wild time. My God, I cannot tell you. It was the talk of the office for a while. Anyway, I created one of these, and it blew up. It just exploded everywhere.
Okay.
And
that's not good.
I thought it was going to be bad as well.
That doesn't sound stable at all.
I thought I was just going to get, chewed out by my boss, and I thought I was done. I thought I was out on my ear.
Yeah, I thought we were all done.
It turns out that it wasn't so much destructive as the ultimate creation experience. It was some sort of a large explosion. I would consider it a big bang. And
yeah.
From then on, I've just been watching over this the previous office that I had. Obviously the office is now kind of foreclosed. We needed some space for this thing to expand, although it's kind of expanding at a little bit of an untenable rate. We're gonna have to find a larger area.
Rapid and accelerating expansion, this new office?
Exactly. It does feel like it's moving on its way to heat death, I will say. I'm a little scared about that. But all of this happened, and then I watched over the course.
You're just watching this.
Oh,
from your. Would you say you have a corner office?
Yeah. It's the corner office on Walton and Fifth.
Got it.
I can oversee the Starbucks on the cross to the side.
The Starbucks? Okay, good. So I know exactly where you are.
Sorry, the Starbuck. All of the other Starbucks are based on the Starbucks.
Yeah, got it.
It's a whole deal. But as I was watching this little kind of I guess pocket galaxy, this pocket dimension, effectively created.
Sure.
Watching it expand over the course of 14.7 billion years, and eventually there formed this little rock. I kind of disregarded it at first because it was just slimy as hell. Exactly. Yeah. It was this pebble that I didn't think had any potential whatsoever. But then a couple other pebbles that were smaller size, but still impactful, hit this pebble.
Wow.
And brought to this pebble ingredients that created an ooze that covered the pebble. Now, I watched over the rest of time, up until now, this pebble grew, it changed, creatures started to evolve from the pebble, from the bacterium in the pebble. We ended up with society's teak.
Wow.
Now,
how would you wait? But from Walton and Fifth.
Yeah.
I just because this pebble, what does it look like from a distance?
I would consider it it's not vibrant, and I guess I would say it's kind of like bluish, and
wow.
It's quite far away as well. I would say it's some sort of a pale blue dot of a kind.
So you're saying that this pebble, through some crazy primordial slime, it's been refined, nay, polished into more of like a tiny blue marble.
I would even consider it a tiny blue marble. That's a really good point. Well made. I actually may end up calling it that. I've been working with the name Earth for a while, but tiny blue marble does fit. But the thing is, Teak, I wanted to tell you about this because you'll never believe it. I was watching one of these societies. So I've watched rise and fall of so many different societies, and I'm just watching near the end, before the fall of the current one. And
as like a reality TV show, but
exactly
on the order of centuries.
They kind of
Yeah.
do season wrap-ups effectively. I like to cut them and montage them and put them onto my MyTube channel, but
That's so much easier to watch.
exactly, it's so much more consumable content. It's good gateway content to get people to actually access the rest of what I make, which is everything. Now, Teak, you'll never believe it. I was watching these people, and it turns out there's someone down in there called sneakyteak too.
No way.
Way. Now, sneakyteak in this little world, like it honestly kind of looks like you, like a little bit. Like the beard, honestly, I got to admit, their beard is better. I'm sorry.
What is the date there? What
the date
what
there?
are the societies? Yeah, when is it there?
It's Saturday, October 3rd, 2020. I feel like I'm starting to hear the music advance to the crescendo in this season. If that gives you kind of like a situation of where we are.
But it's October 3rd, 2020 here.
Oh god, wait, sorry, sorry, I have the wrong sneakyteak. Oh god, I meant to be talking to the one that's working in my office. You're the broadcaster, aren't you? Oh god. Are you a resident broadcaster at twitch.tv/sneakyteak?
I don't work at Walton and Fifth.
Okay, you're gonna need to forget everything I told you about the creation of the universe, because that's like highly guarded materials. My bosses would absolutely have me out of my ear if they knew.
Wow. I just play video games, dude.
And honestly,
you can see the whole marble.
Yeah, it's a nice marble.
From a Starbucks.
Oh, no. The Starbucks is across the street, out the window that I have in my corner office on Walton and Fifth.
I am so jealous.
Yeah, the workshop is where this
But do you like the show? Do you like the show?
Yeah. Oh my
Cool.
god, you better believe I like the show. Like, sure, some bad things happen, but I derive significantly more joy out of watching that show than Misery on aggregate. I would
Better
say.
than Misery. Sneakyteak. Better than Misery.
Well, I mean, the show I'm talking about is the Pale Blue Dot, but I forgot we should be talking.
No, that's my new motto. This has been a fruitful business interaction. Twitch.tv/sneakyteak. Sneakyteak, better than Misery.
But
surely better than Pain. It's video games.
I need to go and find my coworker Teak so that I can tell them about you, but also you will need to forget all of the revelations of the universe I've just revealed to you. But
I already did.
If I was going to tell my coworker about you, how would I describe you?
Well, you should know that, but if you don't, I like to call myself a resident broadcast personality, you know? Just a guy who quit his job and moved halfway across the country to follow his dream, take a leap of faith to spread the joy of all the games that he plays.
That is such a
Roguelites.
cinematic story as well.
Yeah, it feels good to tell, and that is important, I think.
So,
better than Misery.
So I have been watching some stuff on that on the channel recently. I was about to say on that channel as though I'm not talking to the person who runs it. But oh my god, sure. I can't believe I must have dialed the wrong extension, because extension's up here. You just type the person's name, but unfortunately I went 03, which was supposed to be our office, but I think I must have fingered 04 instead, which is the pale blue dot. Yeah, exactly. That's the outside extension. Yeah. But I have been watching some genres. Now, of course, I, knowing the entire universe, don't really have much ability to focus on granular things. So what would you say are the genres and kinds of games that you perform on that channel?
Yeah. So, do you know what a roguelite is?
No, I'm going to need you to walk me through it every step of the way, my friend.
Okay. Do you know... You've watched some. You know what video games are.
Yes. And my favorite video game is Rogue.
Is Rogue?
Yeah.
Wow. How convenient. Imagine more games like that.
No, they probably have permanent progression. I'm not interested.
Yeah, that is a thing. They started doing that a lot, but it's usually not too intrusive. Sometimes it is. Yeah, I play a lot of games that are like Rogue. except with varying levels of perhaps sometimes they are still turn-based, but there's cards. Sometimes they're not turn-based and it's a real-time execution, like a over-the-shoulder shooter. And sometimes I take all of that and I throw it away and I play Super Mario Sunshine instead. So really, you just take any game and it's in the basket.
I get it.
But
I get
mostly
it.
the games like Rogue.
But so I have to ask, because now I'm just curious. Considering playing any other games in the future? I mean, you play a lot of roguelikes, but are there any on the horizon possibly you might be interested in?
Well, that's a good question. So I've just finished up a couple key kind of interactions and challenges. Just beat Super Mario Sunshine, which was in the basket, which means I need to queue up more basket tropes. I'm not sure what's next. I was thinking Final Fantasy Tactics. Also, just the other day, I beat this challenge that I've been trying to do for a while in Risk of Rain 2, which was super gratifying. And on the horizon, Spelunky 2 is out. Hades is out, and I want to play more of that. Monster Train announced some stuff about mods or something, and I haven't played that game in a while. And I don't know. Every day's a new adventure. But those are definitely games that I plan to play soon.
Well, damn. As the as I continue to hear the crescendo rise, and as I eventually go and find my actual workmate, sorry for the wrong number, and then tell them about you. I'll be looking out for some Spelunky content on that channel. You said twitch.tv/sneakyteak?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Well, I'll probably end up linking that in the description down below, but for the moment, my name's Rhapsody, his name's been sneakyteak. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. This has been the Ladder Streak for another week, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.